Hello and welcome back to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I'm Titania Bird. And last time we ended up in the village of Orangeville, which has been destroyed by an influx of demons coming from the castle very nearby. That was brought up by our old friend Jeeble. We also went around and learned all the fun side things that we can do in order to make ourselves more powerful, including apparently being contracted out as a hit woman against demons that wronged someone by the name of Lindsay, as well as always also bringing back mementos for certain dead individuals, a lot of which are named after Castlevania characters. So really, we're avenging Castlevania, but not by attacking Konami, because that would be terrorism. Also, apparently cooking counts as alchemy. Just as a bit of a heads up, I know I ended with the Thorn Whip equipped. I decided to switch back to the shoes. Why? I want to kick stuff. Also, as a tip on load showed up, if I end up sliding, which is down and X on the PS1 controller, down and A on an Xbox controller, that does damage. Unfortunately, you can't do that on thin platforms like that because, well, you'll just fall right through. First thing we're going to do is get those guns, which ups our ammo capacity, meaning we can carry more of each of the various different types of special ammunition. We're also going to activate this portal, which is a fast travel point. We don't have any that we can move to at this particular point, but, well, come across them as we go. Damn it, bat! Run! Melting bone from the bone warts. And a new shard! Bone toss. Throw a bone in the designated direction. This is another directional shard as noted by its purple hue. Another Tom Yellow. Another bat. Oh, hey, I actually caught that bat. Hey, I actually got the special thing. I actually got the special move off. Which is why that was a rose and not me. Good thing I was standing right there when I did that. Because I picked up some health here. Has some HP rounds. Let's kick the door open there, so we can get through there much more easily. Whoops. Okay, so when everything crashed down, the entire floor ended up being unstabilized, and we are now in this spot underneath the village. There's a little breakable spot here, and what do we have? Well, we have a sconce that we can get some money from, and we got this chest, which gives us the 8-bit coin that I mentioned in the previous episode. I will mention what that does when we go back to Orangeville to take care of things there. For right now, though, not saying anything. Sucker that I yellowed down. Monster Bird tier and a tomato. Okay, well first we're going to take a look at the elf ears, which I believe is a headpiece. No, it is not. Okay, accessory. +1 defense, +1 intelligence, +1 mind. And if we do this instead of the rest of the rating, we're down 1 constitution. But we've got a little boost to our magic and to our MP regenerate. And I think that's just fine. So we're going to put on some elf ears. And now we look like Miriam's D&D character. Probably Pact of the Tome Warlock, honestly. Pact of the Tome Warlock, Fiendish Patron. Got a Basilar. Basilar is a new weapon in the dagger class. It is a more powerful double-edged dagger. Now we got this bookshelf, which tells us of a special technique that we can use that involves the Basilar, or later weapons, Mangosh, Carvenin. It's probably Welsh, probably mispronounced. It's probably Welsh or Irish, mispronouncing it. I'm sorry. Mandau, or the Mandau Passir, and it is quarter circle forward and X. So the exact same input as our kick. It takes a little more HP to do. Let's see if we can do it here. Yep. There we go. There you have it. That's how you use that for the Basilar. Again, we're not going to do that. We're going to focus on the shoes for right now. But as mentioned in the previous episode, if we do get that mastered on the Basilar, then we can use that on any dagger-type weapon. By the way, I neglected to mention this last time. If you look up at the top of our stat screen on the right-hand side, you'll see what level we are, how many experience points we have, and how many we have to go to the next level. It looks like 164 to go to the next level. Sorry, I was getting a sip of my tea there. Irish breakfast tea with honey and a dash of lime juice. Don't judge me. For some reason, lime juice and tea just does it for me. Especially when it's in touch with green tea. We have this lever here that we can use to get into the castle proper, but I'm going to go down here just for a brief bit. Because there's this pathway that goes down further. We're not going to go down it. That's things for later, but we're also going to go over this way into these catacombs underneath the pathway to the castle. Just to kind of fill out this map a little bit. And we have a giant rat. We have some smaller rats too, but and we got some cheese. Gee, rats bearing cheese. Why am I not surprised? You know, if you look very carefully at the giant rats, which if you've got your screen full screen, you might notice that there is something incredibly off about them. That is that they have more eyes than a room full of movie theater patrons. In the immortal words of Alucard from Helsing Ultimate Abridged, eyes for days. Yeah, got all those pushes there. Alright, now let's hit this lever. You know, having a lever to operate your drawbridge on the outside kind of feels insecure. But then again, Jeeble wanted us to find him, so... Ah yes, the traditional Metroidvania transitional hallway. You're in a dark church. Well, somebody's just throwing statues around and destroying them for no reason. How dare they? Anyway, let's kick the statue and destroy it for no reason. And these candelabras, too. And a summon shard. Summon bat! Call forth the bat and summon it upon foes. Small webbing. As you saw in the last episode, we can use that and the melting bones to make potions. We have pictures which I'm pretty sure are of backers of the Kickstarter. One of whom looks like Emo Seamus. Seamus if he went to the Black Parade. Then we have this woman who looks like an anime character, and then this person who just looks like Tim Curry from The Worst Witch. Anything can happen on Halloween. You know. Which to me, honestly, is peak Tim Curry because he's just committed to sparkle motion for that entire bit. Although, to be fair, it's Tim Curry. When has he ever not committed to sparkle motion? We got Sadnock here. Giant Leomon-looking creature. Got a level up off of him. We were supposed to kill 2 of those. We just got 1. Boy, not quite landing onto that chandelier is probably the best thing to happen for me there. Another bone toss shard. We got another monster burst here and some fire. Getting stronger by degrees. As you can see, we have a chest over there that we cannot get to from this side, but this bookcase here. 1,000 blossoms for the rapier, stinger, and Kazakili. Kazikli. No idea how that's pronounced. Anyway, riddle enemies with a blur of thrust too fast to count. Rapidly tapping X, or in my case, square. The cost is 20 seconds. Again, you can easily do this without hitting somebody, but it's gotta hit a monster in order to count. I will demonstrate here because buy a rapier. Okay, so we have the rapier. Oh, and I got a shard off of killing that with the final thrust. Gale Crawler. Create a shockwave that travels along the ground and rips enemies apart. Summon shard. Yeah, so, as you saw, that last big strike actually did hit the Aiello. Unfortunately, that did not count. You have to hit with the rapid pulses. I just wanted to demonstrate that, and I'm going to go back to the Kung Fu Rules. Now we drop down this hole, and now we can get to this chest, which gives us a leather chest guard. Which is not in any way, shape, or form better than the chemise that we are currently wearing. Go. That, I believe, was the Giramund. I'm going to go ahead and heal up. Oh, by the way, food items that you get can also do a bit of healing in addition to the boost that it gives you. In this case, the Rice Ball heals about equivalent to a potion. There are other items that, of course, do more and more HP, and later on even some that help you recover MP, like an Ether. So it's good to cook if only for yourself. That's pain. That character looks like a Elizabethan Gerard Khalil. And a cat! A kitty! May not be able to summon cats, but there are pictures of them, so at least there's that. Another summon bat there. We've got Catherine Janeway here, and one of the characters from Yuri on Ice there. Remember this fountain full of, well, purple Kool-Aid. We'll be coming back to it later. Probably more than once, but once of major consequence. Actually, it's not so much purple Kool-Aid as it is, y'all remember those like, ketchups that had, like, the food coloring in them that were, like, green and purple and whatnot? That's what that is. It's food color ketchup. Bit of money out of that chest. Got a bookcase here.
Whilst attempting to create my homunculus, I discovered a strange formation of white crystal growing on the subject. What is it? A sign at long last that my studies are progressing? I must observe it diligently and learn all I can. CXH 1764. The crystal I had discovered appears to be multiplying. Slowly its corruption spreads through the cadaver I chose as a substance. It is a marvelous substance, neither entirely a liquid nor a solid. As soon as I have enough, I will begin experiments to discover its other properties.
And there we have a bit of world lore. And here we have a safe space. Don't let the people on Twitter tell you otherwise. Sometimes it's good to have a safe space. Especially if you can pray to your mosquito god and get completely healed. I might have lost that metaphor. Time to take a bath in the purple ketchup. Melting moon. Now, of course, we could hop across the chandeliers again, but why do that when we can go up here into this room and not land? And get some more bullet capacity. And kick a ghost through a wall. Ah, the blood grinder now. Behold, one of my favorite kinds of enemies. There are some enemies that die just like that. It is never not fun. Got some iron off of that guy. Ether in the chest. Some money out of the statues. Some money out of the candelabra. I was gonna say piss off, Ghost, but I guess it did. Trucidating Gyre. Spin towards your enemies to transfer the momentum to your blade. MP cost of 50. It is a quarter circle back and then forward, followed by X. And it is for the Pelicus, that huge battle axe, the Bardiche, and the Ukonfasara. This one's going to be really difficult to try and pull off, but I'm going to try to demonstrate it on a weapon that I don't have. Never mind.
Miriam? It can't be.
I mean, well, actually, no. That's probably a fair assessment, considering that the last time you saw us, we would have looked 10 years younger, and maybe probably not had the rose tattoo on our boob.
Alfred?
Why are you here? Johannes, that fool of an apprentice should have stayed out of this.
All of a took.
You have a lot to explain for. After all the terrible things you've done?
All that is in the past. I'll not be defending my actions to you.
Don't I deserve it? You were like a father to me.
Enough, child. I am here for the book. Jeeble has the book.
You know, the way that you're kind of straining to explain yourself makes me think that there's a little more here than what seems to be going on.
What are you talking about?
If you don't already know, then let us keep it that way.
Also, I don't know offhand who this voice actor is, but he sounds like Jim Cummings.
Alfred, how are you still alive?
Ugh, what were you thinking in coming here?
You can answer my question first.
All that matters is that I am alive. Did you come here for the book?
Book? The Liber Logaeth?
Make no mistake. I won't let anyone touch that tome but me.
Not even you should touch it. Didn't what happened 10 years ago teach you anything?
Books are bad!
I don't have time to argue with you. I just hope you are wise enough not to get in my way.
What?
You know full well my power exceeds yours. Take Miriam and leave this place.
The last time I checked my alchemic power level, it was 1.
Otherwise, you will die.
I came here because something didn't feel right. But I didn't expect him.
No one expects the Alchemist Inquisition!
Johannes, what is the Liber Logaeth?
It's a book the Alchemy Guild once possessed that allows for the summoning of spirits.
Oh, so you can just like put out a goblet and say, fill up with wine, and it'll fill up with wine. Or, I'd like some whiskey, please, and it'll fill up with your favorite whiskey. Probably not referring to that kind of spirits, are you?
The guild used it to bring about the calamity 10 years ago. And the Shardbinder's crystal acted as a kind of catalyst.
A book like that shouldn't even exist.
And yet it does. Kind of like a certain book written by a certain German chancellor. It shouldn't exist, but it does, and people read it. And worship it as if it were the Bible.
I know. Alfred must be trying to restore the Alchemy Guild to power. But we cannot let him lay hands on the Liber Logaeth.
He said Cheeple had it. You know, I think I might have seen it.
It makes sense, considering the situation we're in. He must have gotten his hands on it after surviving the sacrifice.
So now I have to stop Alfred too.
No, let's focus on Jeeble. If we can get to him and the book before Alfred does, we'll kill two birds with one stone.
Good point. All right.
Dominique might know what to do about Alfred in the meantime. I'll head back to the village and see what she has to say.
Oh, then. Let's just forget everything that we heard then and just kick some candelabras in frustration for no reason at all. And we're immediately met by a bone morph. Bone morph. And a Giramond. That's 2 of 4 Giramonds. We have a door here, and we have something on the other side that we can't get to, because conveniently the lever for it is also on the other side. Don't worry, we'll come back to that at some point. Kick, kick, kick. Now, if you're able to time it right where you're able to get 3 of those kicks off, you can kind of do a little fun thing and sequence break in some spots. I'm not that talented, so I'm not going to try. What I am going to do is just fireball and then kick that Zabnock into oblivion, and we now have 2 of 2 of those. And we have another transitional hallway. Alright, everybody shut up. It's the Garden of Silence. We've got these trap plants on the floor, Moko weeds. We got these inflated piggies called Pumpons. We've got those Barbados. The archers are the Barbados. Loco Moko weed. And they leave Moko leaks. I am going to eat another rice ball. Take another potion. Fire that pig. These Moko weeds, as you can see, they're lying along the ground. They're kind of trap enemies. They don't actively attack you, but they do sit on the ground and be annoying. Alright. Here in this part of the Garden of Silence, we have this strange door here that we cannot open. It requires something called a Warhorse's key. So we're just gonna let that sleeping dog lie for right now. Now, like I say, you can see that item over there. If you can manage to do, you know, that a few times to get over there, you can kind of sequence break and get it. I'm not that good. I'm not that good. That was my one attempt at that, and I am not going to try again. Instead, I'm going to pop into here. I believe this is a room that we'll need to remember from later. jump over Grinder Boy. Get that money. Pig Shard! Summon Plume Parma. Call forth the pig-like demon and set it upon foes. Anybody for roast pork? Alright, we picked up a Morgenstern. The Rosencrantz and Morgenstern. Clubs are harder hitting and fast. And they do bludgeoning damage, which they're kind of good middle of the road weapons. You know, nothing too special. They're kind of the bashing equivalent to swords. Several months have passed since I wandered into the castle. I've managed to survive thus far by rummaging through treasure chests without the monsters taking notice. Find something palatable today? Or once I just like to crack a chest open and find a mouth-watering hook of meat. No, usually you find those in walls. You don't normally find those in treasure chests. You normally find those in walls. Huh! That's a very bright red glowing moon. I wonder where we've seen it before, and I wonder if it might have some significance for later. Oh well. Whoop. Now, the downside to things like swords and clubs is that it's all straightforward. Their attack pattern. So, if you want to attack something that's on the ground, you gotta kind of hold down and left to attack at an angle. Also, I don't know if you heard that sound, but we're in critical damage. Our life bar is flashing, and so is Miriam. But yeah, with those, you kind of gotta attack at an angle, or some other way of being able to attack them with not having to worry too much about that. And what have we got here? Well, we got a full heal and an HP max up. I've also filled out that little patch of map. In mid-depth animation for the Grinder Knight, we got the Shard for the Moko Weed Flytrap. Place Moko Weed on the ground. We also got some AP rounds from the Barbatos. We have slain all of those that we need for that little quest. Now we got another transitional hall. We're up here now. And we got a level up for killing that Grinder Knight. We'll whack that ghost baseball style. Okay, I'm going back to the shoes. Three or four on the Gurumans. Oh, we're in critical damage. We're in critical damage territory. Orbital wheel. We got a 270 degree, we got a 360 degree motion, bottom to forward, and then X is available for the weapons Lance and a Gaia Sail, which are spear class weapons. Oh, and fortunately, we have a teleport room, which is quite fortuitous for us right now, because I'm going to go right the frick back to Orenville. And I kind of wish we'd have gotten the Giraman ones to be able to turn in, but that's just not the case. However, we have some things to turn into Lindsay here.
Got any targets for me?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
So, we have avenged Lisa.
Good work. Here's your reward.
Got the brigantine.
Have you learned anything new?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
And we have avenged Simon. Wow, words. Words. There are a lot of words.
Good work. Here's your reward.
We got obsidian. Now, okay, so the Brigandine, better defense, better constitution than the Chemise. Does not have 2 intelligence, does not have a kick up of 3 to mind, only has a kick up of 2 to mind. But it gives us additional resistance to budget. So, what? Here's the thing. I think, and I'm gonna double check. I think that a Brigandine was what Abigail needed. Yep, in honor of Noel. So let's bring her the Brigandine and get her a reward for that.
I finished the harvest. Here's your share.
Well, that was fast. We got a bunch of rice
Here
for
to
that.
plant something.
Have some corn.
Can you plant this?
Sure, I'll get to work.
Gentlemen, behold! God!
How are you, Miriam? Getting by.
Cosplaying as my D&D character. Give her the Brigandine.
Here's what you asked for.
This is it. That's one more villager we can lay to rest. Here's your reward.
Free pizza! Which I'm going to go ahead and eat one of those. It will give us a kick up to our constitution, it looks like.
Scrumptious.
Which is always nice to have. Oh, and it, we also healed up from that, so gives a nice big old chunk of health. So let's talk to Susie.
Did you bring it?
My dear, have a pizza.
That's it. How did you know? Oh, I can't wait to try it. Oh, it's delicious.
Save some for me?
Miriam, you just ate one.
I feel a little better. Thank you, miss.
You're welcome. Don't give up. You're going to get through this.
Convex glasses, the accessory. Let me show you what that does here right quick, which I'll use equipment for that. Convex glasses, +1 defense, +1 intelligence. Eyeglasses to correct farsightedness. Everything looks bigger. So if we trade that out for, say, the health ears, well, we get less 1 mind, but everything is zoomed in.
Is there anything else you'd like to eat?
Yes, actually. but hang it all, I can't remember what it's called.
I'll help you figure it out.
Also notice that we are actually wearing the convex glasses now. Craving fried finger food. She says the oil gets all over your hands. We bring that back to Susie. She will give us a suramaru, a katana.
I suppose I'll stick around and wait a little while longer.
And it looks like she wants pommes frites, or french fries. I am not sticking on the convex glasses. We're going back to the normal view and back to cosplaying Miriam's D&D character. Right. Let's see what we can do with Johannes here.
It's good to see you. So, what'll it be?
Alright, well, preparing, we do not have all the items to make what we need to make quite yet. Don't think. Yeah, we need potato, we need flour, we need hell. Why would you use flour to make fried potatoes? The oil and the halite I get, because halite is salt and oil, well, frying oil. Are you batter dipping your fries? Anyway, crafting. We have the iron and obsidian to make an épée. We could make that palekas if we felt so inclined. And now, because we have the 8-bit coin, is the thing I want to talk about. These are special weapons that I do believe were designed by certain backers of the Kickstarter. And they all have kind of retro vibes to them, thus being created by the 8-bit coin. So we have a great sword called the Dawn Blade, which is slashing and holy elements. The Blue Skies, which are bludgeoning boots. The Boreal Rime boots, which are bludgeoning with touch of ice. Touch of ice. Sounded like Abigail there for a second. Oleanders, which are shoes that are bludgeoning with a touch of poison. A shield weapon that functions as a shield. It is a sword weapon. It is slashing. If it weren't for copyright reasons, it would probably be colored red, white, and blue. Encrypted Orchid. The hexadecimal code there, I don't remember what exactly it translates to, but I'm pretty sure it's something to the effect of, this is a lightsaber. A serial numbers filed off lightsaber. It's slashing, it is electric. If you look at it, it looks like a bloody lightsaber because it's a bloody lightsaber. Hikari, a sword that purifies evil with its divine light, slashing and holy. Moonwake, a sword that kind of looks a bit like a spear, moonlight shaped into a blade reflecting the heart's true self, slashing and holy elements. Gold Cross, a sword imbued with strange powers, originally created by Secretive Brotherhood to give strength in times of need. It is slashing, holy, and petrification. EU sword, which is just straight up slashing. A certain ruler of a universe sword, the power is since faded. Red Beast's Edge, a mysterious broken long sword fused together with the magic crystal curse. This is rapier class. It is piercing. Prismatic Heart, a club weapon similar to the Morgenstern. It is bludgeoning and holy. The strange rod from another world. The jewel emits. Deathbringer, crafted by an orc warlord, forged in Hellfire. Gee, I wonder what that's a reference to. It is a great sword class weapon with slashing and fire. Claw of Onmoraki, soul forged by weapons forged by soul-seeking purification, slashing, and holy element. Blood Grinder, similar to the giant Frickoff sword that the Grinder Knights have. It is slashing, curse, and darkness. Silent calamity, slashing, darkness, and petrification. Sculptor's Chisel, a spear class weapon that has piercing, ice, and petrification. Black Dragon's Ode, a spear class weapon that is pure piercing and attack. Renee's Requiem, fire class weapon that is just straight up piercing. Ambivalence, which is a whip class weapon with bludgeoning. Alright, and then we can make certain kinds of armor if we feel so inclined. I am going to pick an 8-bit weapon that I have not made before. I'm going to try, because I've done Encrypted Orchid, done Red Beast Edge, and when I create this, we're going to look at something very interesting in regards to these. So, let's go with... I've created Black Dragon's Ode before as well. Let's create... Let's create Ayu's sword.
I'll go with this.
Ooh, I like it.
Now, if we go over to the Weapons tab here, and we scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll notice all of these items that you can create using the 8-bit coin, but there's going to be one new addition. A second form of Ayu's sword that requires the original Ayu's sword and the 16-bit coin. That is why that is being sold in the shop as well. And that will evolve that weapon into a more powerful form. There is another form after this that involves the previous form of the sword, the 32-bit coin, and usually one top-level material that we haven't come across yet. Something that, well, we'll talk about as we're able to be able to create more and more different things. All of these special weapons are like that. Red Beast Edge, Prismatic Heart, Deathbringer, all of them are like this. You create the base form with the 8-bit sword, the 8-bit coin. You evolve it with the 16-bit coin, and then you evolve it further with the 32-bit coin and an additional material. Looks like we could create one
I'll
more
go
potion.
with this.
Ooh, I like it.
So I'm going to do that. Using the Monster Bird tiers that we have, we can create a Stonefall, if we feel so inclined. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to create
I'll go with this.
a Pelicus.
There, all done.
I'm going to create Yard a Pirate Hat.
I'll go with this.
And that'll be it. Alright, enhancing shards. We've got some new stuff that we can enhance. We can still enhance our Thrashing Tentacle, the Cerulean Splash. With Monster Bird tiers, we can also enhance the Gale Crawler, the Moko Oil, we can enhance the Fly Trap, and with the Melting Bones we have, we can enhance Bone Toss. If we had Rat Teeth, we could enhance the Rat, enhance the Bat with Small Webbing. We could enhance the Plume Parma with Plume Port. And as you can guess, with some of these that are the summoned ones, that require certain materials, you can get those materials usually from the same monster that you got the shard from. So,
Alfred was your master, wasn't he?
And right after I apparently talk over this cutscene.
Former master. Why?
I don't know. I was just wondering if you remember anything about him that I don't.
The disadvantage of having the T on the side of you where you would normally hold the controller to hit the face buttons.
Fair enough. As I recall, he was studying ways of drastically slowing down objects. He was a genius, to be quite honest, but I have no respect for that now.
Why not?
Because he fought against sacrificing you right to the final moment, only to change his mind like a coward.
I see. Thank you.
Alright, so here in our safe space here, I'm going to show you what it was I was referring to. So let's take a look at the cannon mort, for example, the one that gave us the shard flame cannon. As you see, there are 4 different things that you can get from it. The 12% cannon scrap, the 10% chance for SP rounds, and 2 others. I do believe that gunpowder, which is the material required to boost the flame cannon directional shard, is actually possibly droppable by the cannon morts. We can double check and see here. I'm pretty sure that's the case because I'm pretty sure well, actually, no, we had not gotten any gunpowder, I don't think. So we can't double check that. I'm going to double check just to make sure, but it doesn't look like it. But usually you can find... Alright, let's look at a different demon then. Let's look at the bat. We have the summon bat shard. The small webbing is actually a common drop for this one. It's the bat fang or the small webbing that you can get from there. And those are the materials that you use to boost the grade of the summon bat shard. So, also, I love how the description is just a bat, but really evil. With that in mind, let's save our game here. And we're going to take a break for now. And when we come back, we'll explore more of the castle, kill more monsters, turn in more contracts probably, and continue our way through this demon castle to try and find Cheeble. Figure out just what in the hell is going on with everything. I kind of lost myself on that statement. Until then, whenever we meet again, later y'all.